Should James Harden be a top 75 player?
Not if we're taking this year into consideration. Listen, I had him on my list. I have him on my list. And I'm not going to take him off because your resume is what matters. Not one season doesn't make the career of James Harden, who's been one of the most electrifying offensive players we have ever seen. But I would remind you, Kendrick Perkins, when we were assembling that number 75 list, I don't remember if you had a vote or not. I know I did. Wilbon did. I don't know whether you did or not. Did you have a vote?
I did.
Okay. Well, I struggled with the Vince Carters of the world and stuff like that. I'm like, these guys are knocking on the door. You know, there were some beautiful big-time names that we had to leave off that top 75. And so when you take into account what we're seeing right now, that would be, I mean, it's tough. Now, I'm not going to let one season mess up the resume of James Harden, but the guy that can't get off 20 shots a game, the guy that hasn't put 25 points on the board for the last 14 or 15 games, the guy that appears to have lost a step, and I think he'll be back next year, by the way. I think that James Harden's going to get in shape. He's going to lose some weight. He's going to come back big time next year. I believe in the brother. But it's that close with so many different names. I don't know, man. That's just an honest answer. I'm just being honest.
And see, that's the senior citizen in you, because you never want to go. Wow. Because you never want to go to the guys that was dribbling the ball like this. You never want to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? That's in the top 75 list. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. You know, when you remember the old school guys that had to dribble up the floor, they act like they didn't have a left hand, patting the ball like this. So I don't have to name names. Here's the thing about James Harden, all right? Let's not get it twisted. The man changed the game of basketball. Anytime you have to imply or put in rules because of a certain player and the way that he changed officiating, the way that he was able to get to the free throw line, look, James Harden is a top 75 player. Hell, he might even be a top 50 player. See, the thing that James Harden has under his belt that we cannot take for granted when we're making that top 75 list is the MVP trophy. And that's what I went by. A lot of my votes, a lot of the times that I made my top 75 list, I said, oh, he won the MVP. Oh, he was a multiple-time MVP. How can I possibly leave him off? We're talking about one of the most polarizing figures for scoring, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line at the shooting guard position that this game has even seen. Yes, we know about Jordan, we know about Kobe, we know about D. Wade. But after that, James Harden is in that next tier. So listen, I don't even think this should even be a discussion whether or not he should go. No, I'm just telling you.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kendrick Perkins. You're probably right, bro. You're probably right. I'm not. Listen, you're probably right. All I'm saying is that I'm reflecting to when I was sitting there conducting the list and putting my list together. And a multitude of people that I was on the phone with going back and forth about various names, who should be left on, who should be left off. And it was so close, and you talking about anywhere from 7 to 10 names that you struggling, should they be, and you're going back and forth. And you know this because we on the phone together, we talking to the Wilbons, we talking to Hall of Famers, we talking to current NBA players. We going through all of this stuff because it was that hard to really compile the list. So when I'm looking at him right now, and I'm saying, damn, do you hold this against him? Do you just, say it's just one season, he'll be back? What do you do? And so when they asked the subject, I said, here's where I'm at right now, but I could easily change my mind on this because I'm a man of the people. You know, you got a point. You got a point. You understand? Because I mean, listen, if you're gonna run for president one day, I mean, this is how you got to be. You got to be open. You got to be open to modifying your thinking to some degree. I'm a man of the people, so that's what I do.
But I will say this: doing that top 75 all-time list was the hardest list to ever do in my life.
Absolutely.
It took me 1 week to do that list, to put them names in there. Because there's so many times you want to cross out people, and I understand it's hard, and you don't want to disrespect the other players that had great careers. Right. You don't want to leave them out.
It took me 3 weeks, and I changed the list 7 times. 7 times because I struggled that much with several names on there. And I was like, damn, you know. And then even when I turned in the list, I'm like, oh, man, you know, this guy, that guy. And you just bring a lot of things into the equation to measure who should be in that top list right now. And so I'm looking at Harden. You're probably right. It's just that I had to be honest about me sitting back right now and looking at what's transpiring and saying, what the hell going on here, you know, compared to the people that I had on the list. That's all, but I'm willing to concede, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right on this. I can't be strong. I can't be strong on this particular subject because I probably agree with you when all is said and done. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.